All right, coming off a win. It's always a great thing. We don't have a game this week to preview, so we're going to recap the last 6 games, what we've seen, kind of where we're at with the record. Our guy Austin is coming back in. He's going to miss a game sometime in October, so we'll go ahead and give you a heads up. His pretty mug won't be here. Austin, you want to tell him why? Or
Yeah, I got a baby on the way. My son Colton will be here pretty much any time now. So don't know when that'll be, but ready for him to be here.
Yeah! Bad girl.
Yeah, next week's gonna suck for him, but other than that, yeah.
what is happening?
Welcome into the Gravity Design Lab studio. Let's get into the show.
Here we go. He may come while we're doing this. We might have to just end it and scramble. That would be pretty awesome. I say that. I don't know that that'd be pretty awesome, but that's when he's ready to come out healthy. That's what we want. That's what we want. So we came off the biggest win in decades at Donald W. Reynolds. Knocked off number 4 Tennessee, 19-14. Both defenses looked stout, really. Offense was kind of moving it, but then was stalling out there at the goal line for us. What did you see? What stood out to you in that game?
Yeah, man, this is the most excited I've been to come on. Not that I don't get excited every week, but like just fully ready to eat crow. Because like last week we were all like, man, just don't lose momentum. Probably not going to win this one, taking against spread. And then defense came and showed out, man. It was awesome. I mean, it was a good game.
That was the happiest I've ever been to be wrong on a pick ever. And that's what I was hoping for. I was like, you know what? If we get blown out, well, at least we called it. But if we win, that's house money right there,
Yeah. A win-win. That's what they call in the biz, a win-win.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? They got an opportunity to raise some more NIL money for the Arkansas Edge. Do you see what they're doing now? That they are selling off 6 inches of the field goal post. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's
anything we can get to get a little extra money up there. I'm for it. I mean, they did the slobber hog thing, and I mean, the logo looks good. I like it, but I mean, any way we can raise a little extra money, I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, and that's a fun way to do it too. To be like, okay, look, you guys have been saying you want this for like a decade now, or decade and a half. Like, let's get there. But you know what? We need a little help too. Let's win-win. Now they were having to redo the court anyway, so it was like a perfect timing. Putting logos on or whatever they were having to do. I think you tweeted maybe new coach, new floor. Like that's a great call. It's a fresh start, but taking it retro.
Yeah, bring it back to the glory days. I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, now we're on here to talk about football, but it's pretty big deal. I mean, like you said, it just must got us to a new, higher than we've been in a long time. And I think, now we're starting over kind of because it kind of got a little, down last year, but now we're kind of back on the upswing. That's basketball season's not that far away. We'll be talking about that for too long.
That's right. We got the Kansas exhibition coming up that you may be watching from the hospital, but that's okay. Do you know if that's televised? I haven't seen anything of like where it's televised or anything like that.
Probably gonna be Flow Sports. No.
Oh, yeah. Give them a $30 subscription for one exhibition game. That would not surprise me at all.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, that's surely it'll be on like SEC Network Plus or something like that, I would think, but I haven't seen anything yet, so I don't know. But that's coming up, what, October 25th?
I think so, because they're doing like where they go around the state. this weekend, I think. They're going Hot Springs and Pine Bluff. So, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Also, while we're talking about other sports, Oklahoma State's coming in for a 2-game exhibition this weekend. So, in baseball, so that'll be fun. I think that would be entertaining. Both those teams are going to bring it.
Yep. Yeah, that's been it's great how we've been able to play them the last couple of years, because just thinking back to that just crazy offensive explosion in the Stillwater Regional a couple of years ago, it just seems like it's always fun playing against them now. So, and baseball team looks legit. Man, they've had some guys. They've been doing the inter squad scrimmages and stuff like that, and the pitching's going to be good, but the hitters have been tearing it up. So I don't think it's because we're so down on the pitchers that they're being bad. I think it's just that the lineup's going to be that much better. Of course, long time in between now and when baseball starts, but they keep going like they have been. They're no doubt going to be better on offense this year. They got a couple guys that are really good. Yeah, I mean, Aloy's been tearing it up. Brett Iredale, which, we did the baseball recap, where we were talking about the recruits and everything. It's been a few months ago, but he was one of the ones I was really excited about getting it in. And he's hit a home run pretty much every time. And if he hadn't hit a home run, he's drove in runs, and he's played a solid third base. And like I said, you got Aloy back there, and Charles Davlin in center field. He's been playing really well too. So, and then Helfrich behind the plate. They got some guys that could be legit. So,
yeah, no doubt. And Souza's floating around there somewhere. I mean, you got to think he'll take a step forward.
Yeah, he's a utility guy. I think he can play pretty much any position on the field except maybe catcher and pitcher. But any other infield spot, any outfield spot, he can play it. So, always good to have a guy like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, so enough of these other sports. We got some exciting things happening though in the athletic department, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it's nice to be excited. It's easy to be excited after you have a huge win like that. But overall, first 6 games, we're 4-2. Not necessarily the 4 games that I thought we'd win, but overall, I think we're right where I thought we would be as far as overall record. That 4-2 coming into this stretch. I thought we might get Oklahoma State, which we should. Looking back, Oklahoma State is the only game that it's like, dang, like that one. That one we let go. A&M, we lost 1 possession also, but I think looking back at the end of the year, they're going to be one of those teams that really kind of popped. Like they started getting their momentum. They got it figured out. They start moving forward. I think they're going to be one of those teams. So that loss isn't going to be like, man, we really should have got that one. Like, no, we kind of got beat on that one, And but I didn't have us beating Tennessee, so that's I didn't have us beating Tennessee last week. Now I woke up Saturday morning and I was like, oh, we're going to win. Like, let me put the house on Arkansas money line, and then my brain kicked in, and I was like, no. That would be crazy. So I did not place that bet, and then afterwards I was like, dang it, I should have done that. Always listen to your heart. Not really. Don't do that. But sometimes it'll pay off. Anyway, so look back at the first 6 games. What stands out to you the most in that, outside of beating Tennessee?
Yeah, I mean, I think me and you share a lot of thoughts on what you were saying exactly. I mean, it's not like basketball. You don't look back and like rank your losses or like have a bad loss. I mean, a loss is a loss in football, but yeah, I mean, we could have made some more plays in A&M and won that game, but we lost the Oklahoma State game more than they won it. I mean, A&M beat us. Could we have beat them? 100%. Like, no doubt about it.
Not 9 out of 9 times.
9 out of 9 times. Yeah. And, but yeah, I mean, we definitely lost the Oklahoma State game, but I mean, I kind of fell into the trap of like, man, we could be 6-0 right now. Like, if I could take like 2 plays and change them, like in both of those games, like, I think that would be the difference. Like, there's a drop touchdown pass and a blown coverage in the Oklahoma State game and the Texas A&M game. and you change both of those plays, Arkansas wins. We're 6-0, top 10, top 15 team in the country. You're like, oh my gosh, like playoffs are possible, all that stuff. I fell into that same, thought process. But if you would have told me 6 weeks ago, Arkansas's 4-2 going into a bye week, I think every person that is an Arkansas fan would have took that. So, I mean, you got to be excited about it going in. And plus, what the Tennessee game did is, like we talked about, you get a little momentum, you get people talking about it. And, you lose that game. And when we got down 14-3, I was thinking, like, this LSU game's fixing to be, like, tough. And still think we're going to beat Mississippi State, Louisiana, where are we going to pick these wins up? And now I'm feeling all right about the LSU game. It's another night game. I mean, are they good? Yeah. Can we beat them? 100%. Same with the Ole Miss game. Texas is the toughest game we got left on the schedule. That's going to be a tough game. We'll have to have that same Tennessee conversation again, which maybe it'll work twice. But yeah, I mean, you got to feel good going into it. I mean, you're 4-2. Carry that over. We like we had talked about at the very beginning. There was a path to this team going 4-8. There was also a path to this team going 8-4. They are 100% on track for that right now. You pick up the Mississippi State game, pick up the La Tech game. Missouri's beatable. Could you beat Ole Miss? 100%. Could you beat LSU? 100%. There's some games on the back half of the schedule to where all of a sudden you're winning 8 games. We did that a couple of years ago, and that's when Sam got an extension. Everybody feels amazing. 8 wins is big time for this program, especially with the schedule like we always have.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely 100% accurate. And I mean, you have, like you said, LSU's coming up next. They're playing Ole Miss this week. So hopefully they just battle. It's a tough game. And they be nice if LSU pulled that one off. I don't know what Ole Miss's schedule is for next week. But if they could get a nice win and get back up top 10 then. But then that way, LSU's gettable. I mean, their offense is stout. Their defense is questionable, but I mean, it's LSU, so they're always going to be solid. But I think we can move the ball on them. Mississippi State should be a win. Ole Miss, like I said, I mean, that one's 50-50. That's could be, could not be. We always play them close, no matter who's good, who's bad. That game is always close. Texas, kind of same thing, I mean, that's they have the best team they've had in a while, but it's Texas, so that's that game's always close. La Tech, you should get. Missouri showed that they are very beatable at the moment. Now it's Missouri once again, another one of those games. We have all these games stacking up here at the end that it's like we could get it, or they could catch fire, and it could be tough. And so you have, dare to dream. Dare to dream. We went out playoff bound. You know what I mean? And feeling good about it. That's not bad. But I think I'm looking ahead. LSU, I'll call it a win. Mississippi State, I'll call it a win. Ole Miss, I'll call it a close win. Texas, a loss. La Tech, a win. Missouri, a win. And then you're sitting at, quick math, 11, no. Help me out here. 9-3. Holy cow. I'm trying to do that math in my head. I'm not a mathematician. Okay. All right. We're sports talking. I'm not trying to add. So anyway, 9-3. Outside chance at a playoff, top 12. You knock off 3 ranked teams. Surely Missouri will still be ranked. They'll probably boat race UMass this weekend after that embarrassment last weekend against a good A&M team that we've seen. I mean, That'd be pretty awesome. My outside, like realistic thought is if we can go 8+ wins, go to a warm weather bowl in Florida. Thoughts and prayers with them right now. I know they got a lot going on down there. A lot of people kind of stuck down there. Disaster heading their way. But anyway, thoughts and prayers with them. But we get down there for a bowl game. May not be the Outback Bowl, but win that, go out. Sam can retire high on the hog. We bump up T. Will to take over. He gets everything fired up. Coach Woodson comes up to full DC. Got to bump everybody up within, bring in somebody young and fresh to help recruit also on the defensive side, keep everybody intact on the offensive side, and just run it, see where we go. I think you have that capability if you go out like that. And then keep Sam on if he wants to be on as like special analyst or something, like have like a title for him, because everybody loves him. And he goes out on a winning streak like that. That would be a kind of perfect scenario. You could retire in Arkansas and be perfectly fine the rest of your life down in Hot Springs or within the program. Now, you do that good. Does he want to leave? Does he want to retire? Do people want him to? What do you think on that?
Yeah, I mean, we, just kind of off camera, me and you had talked about that earlier in the week, and I was like, there's worse things that could happen to this program than T. Will taking the head coaching job, bumping up Marcus, and then keeping Bobby as OC. Now, will that happen? I have no idea. Will T. Will want to bring in his own guys? Does he want to keep the continuity? But, like, you get a second year of Talon under Bobby. You return some of these weapons. I mean, we're going to have to replace a lot in the receiving core. But, I mean, and then JaQuindon's gone as well. But, Braylon will be back. Debinion, he could possibly be back. Satanga is back. Your tight ends are still there, which they haven't done much this year. But, I mean, obviously Oz and Washington are dudes. But, you get a second year of Bobby under that. And obviously T. Will knows what he's doing on the defensive side. Even as a head coach, I mean, he'll still have his finger in it. And, like, that defense has played unreal. But, I mean, honestly, this could have been a job-saving win for Sam. I mean, there's probably some people that are just still, haters and want him gone. But, like, I have to think that most people are looking. It's funny what one win can do for you. But, I mean, he may have saved his job with that win. Because, I mean, we've been talking about it all year long. I mean, unless it is just goes off a cliff in the back half of this, the second half of this season. I mean, you talk about losing to Mississippi State and only picking up La Tech. Like, okay, like, thanks for beating Tennessee, but, like, we're moving in a different direction. But, man, if it just holds true to what I think is, like, most likely scenario, you beat Mississippi State, you beat La Tech, that's 6 wins, you're in a bowl. You have to think you're going to pick up at least a win somewhere else. You think you have to pick up an LSU win, or Missouri, like, or even Ole Miss. Like, I mean, you think you got to pick up one of these. And like you said, if you have that scenario where you get 9 wins, and then even if you don't make it to a playoff, you're still top 25. You're still playing in a really good bowl, and you got a chance to win 10 games. That's something that don't happen real often at Arkansas. I'm hoping it gets to a point to where it does, but, I mean, how many 10-win seasons have there been? I mean, there was the 2 under Bobby back in the day, and then you probably, there was maybe 1 in the Houston era, and then, going all the way back to before we were alive. So, I mean, you know, you have a few this century. That's a freaking, yeah, handful in program history. That's a huge deal. And that's a long ways to go. You got pick, you can pick up 5 of your last 6 games. That's no small feat. But I mean, there's going to be some people that say it isn't possible. It's 100% possible. Is it probable? Probably not. Super tough to do. Is it possible? 100%. Because the defense has shown this defense is crazy good. I mean, you kind of look back at it and like offense put them in a bad situation a few times at Oklahoma State. One of the touchdowns they scored at A&M, they get on like the 9-yard line. Same thing with Auburn. You know, they got put in a bad situation. This defense has probably given. You didn't give up any against UAPB. You gave up a few against UAB, or I think 2 where they just drove straight down the field. But this defense is legit, and the offense hasn't been playing up to it. But the offense definitely has the weapons there. Now you hope Talen's healthy, which looking like from what Sam has said is probably just a bone bruise. He's probably going to be a little sore, but I mean, looking like he's probably going to play against LSU. The offense can take off. I mean, Green showed it. He short armed a couple of passes last game, and you know he had a few things that didn't go your way. But Tennessee's defense is one of the best in the country. We could have easily hung 30 on them with a couple of different plays. So offense starts coming around, and defense keeps doing what it's doing. You can get to 9 wins
for sure. And that this win against Tennessee gives you hope, and it gives you the belief that they can win at home. A, they can win the big game. B, and the team's starting to click. They're starting to get that confidence. The defense looked great, has looked great all year, but the defensive line specifically looked amazing against a strong Tennessee team. Like it's not a overrated Tennessee team. They very well could be the number 4 team in the country still. But we came to play, game plan for it. It gave the coaches confidence, gave the players confidence, gave the fans confidence. Like there's so many potential moves here that they could carry through to get to rattle off. I mean, I think best case scenario they went out. Obviously, best case scenario they went out. It's an amazing season. Worst case scenario, they get 4 more wins. I mean, you have Mississippi State, La Tech. I think they could get Missouri and LSU, and they could definitely win Ole Miss and Texas. You know what I mean? Like, there's worst case scenario, you're looking at a really good season, like you said. And so, I think we just buckle up for the ride here. I think it's going to be a good one, and I think it's going to be fun. And it's kind of nice not having to hear so many people say we need to fire Pittman, but we hear people have the take like I did of, you know what, if it's time to separate at the end of the year, you let him finish out the year and do this thing. I've always said that Pittman is a great guy if he has, and he's a great coach if he has people around him that can bring in those missing pieces. And he had that with his coordinators early on, that 9-win season. We had that then. I think we have it now. It's just a matter of everybody buying in. And Bobby's system is not simple. I mean, he's a great coach. It's not simple. So, I mean, it takes a little time to kind of get accustomed to it. I think, what was his record the first year here? Was it 6-6 or 7-5 or something? It wasn't great when he was the head coach. Yeah. 5-7. Yeah. So I mean, we're not, I mean, it's not easy, even though that team had some guys on it. And so, I mean, we're, we'll see. I think they're overachieving. I mean, I think not saying that we don't have the talent, because we have the talent, but I mean, Vegas had us winning 4.5 games, the over under to begin the year. So, I mean, you're not you're not behind schedule. You're way ahead of schedule by that metric. I mean, I had us at 6-6. We're ahead of that schedule. Like we're sitting right where we need to be, ready to go. And so it's going to be an exciting second half of the year. I think there's a lot of fun, exciting things happening around campus right now. Bye week, go check some baseball out. If there's any tickets left, there may not be any tickets left, but go stand at the gate and look if you can, because it's going to be a fun matchup. Basketball is heading around the state. You got Kansas coming to Bud Walton. I think we're ready to roll. So we'll wrap up this bye week with that. You stay blessed, stay passionate, tell somebody you love them, pray for Florida, because they're going to need it here in the next 24, 48, 36 hours. So everybody be safe out there. I know at least 2 of my viewers are in Florida right now, so let y'all be safe. Anyway, Austin, you got anything to send them off with?
Nope.
Got nothing. All right. Subscribe, like, comment. Tell us what what game you're most excited to watch this week. Since we're on bye week, I'll start it LSU and Ole Miss. We'll see. Let us know in the comments what you're thinking. Until next time, we'll see you around the corner. That was stupid, but it's okay. See y'all next week for LSU Hate Week.